We usually begin a morning service by chanting, Mah Tovu, how beautiful are your tents, Yaakov, your dwelling places, Yisrael. Directed to God, the prayer continues, let me enter your house, referring of course to the temple. Today many of us are in our own house, maybe a dorm room, maybe an apartment. Most of us are not in a sanctuary, but we know that we can create a sanctuary of the heart, and from this house, wherever it may be, we will honor the Holy One of Blessings on this Rosh Hashanah morning.
Mah Tovu, oh halecha Yaakov, oh halecha Yaakov, mishkenotecha Yisrael. Mah Tovu, oh halecha Yaakov, oh halecha Yaakov, mishkenotecha
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, Shehecheyanu v'kiyimanu v'higianu lazman hazeh.
Yitkadal v'yitkadash shemei Rabbah, ve'el Mady v'rach yirutei v'yamlich malchutei, v'chai yechon yomechon, u'chai yedecho beit Yisrael. Bagala, bagala, uvizman karif, v'him heru amein, Yehei shemei Rabbah mevarach, Le'alam olam Maya, Yitbarach, Yitbarach, V'yishtabach, V'yitba'ar, V'yitramam, V'yitnaseh, V'yithadar, V'yithaleh, V'yithalal, Shemei Kedushah B'richu, Le'elam min kol birchata v'shirata, Tushbechata v'nechemata, Damiran Belma, V'him heru amen.
Yalai, lai, lai, 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 Bareku et Adonai, Amen.
across our sky. The sun comes up and the morning uncurls. A wonder we can see and still wonder why. Still wonder why. God who makes the sun shine and stars glow, who renews the cycle of creation day by day, giving light to our minds and our eyes, time after time with the dawn of each new day. Each thing that God creates, God renews each day with love and care. Through God's light we understand the plan and wonder of this world which we all share. Which we all share. God who makes the sun shine and stars glow, who renews the cycle of creation day by day, giving light to our minds and our eyes, time after time with the dawn of each new day. God who makes the sun shine and stars glow, who renews the cycle of creation day by day, giving light to our minds and our eyes, time after time with the dawn of each new day. Time after time with the dawn of each new day. Time after time with the dawn of each new day.
I try to walk the road of Judaism. Embedded in that road there are many jewels. One is marked Sabbath, and one civil rights, and one honor your parents, and one study of Torah, and one you shall be holy. There are at least 613 of them, and they are of different shapes, sizes, and weights. Some are light and easy for me to pick up, and I pick them up. Some are too deeply embedded for me, so far at least, though I get a little stronger by trying to extricate the jewels as I walk the street. Some, perhaps, I shall never be able to pick up. I believe that God expects me to keep on walking Judaism street and to carry away whatever I can of its commandments. I do not believe that God expects me to lift what I cannot, nor may I condemn my fellow Jew who may not be able to pick up even as much as I can.
Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Adonai Echad Baruch Shem Kevod Shem Kevod Malchuto Leolam Leolam Vad.
Hi everyone. The words of Ve'ahavta say, "And you shall love." They contain the command to love God with all one's heart, soul, and might. Before you can fully love God or someone or something, you must first love yourself. So take this moment to practice self-love in whatever way is meaningful to you. I like this quote that says, "Give yourself the same care and attention that you give others, and watch yourself bloom."
ואהבת את אדוני אלוהיך בכל לבבך ובכל נפשך ובכל מאודיך, וחיו הדברים האלה אשר אנוכי מצווך היום על לבביך, ושיננתם לבניך, ודיברת בם בשבתך בביתך, ובלכתך בדרך, ושוכבך וקומך, וקשרתם עליות על ידיך, וחיו לטוטפות בין עיניך, וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובשעריך, למען תזכרו ועשיתם את כל מצוותי, והייתם קדושים לאלוהיכם. אני אדוני אלוהיכם, אשר הוצאתי אתכם מארץ מצרים, להיות לכם לאלוהים. אני אדוני אלוהיכם.
In Exodus 15, we read the beautiful Song of the Sea, the Chamocha, which is a poem of praise, thanksgiving, and victory, which the Israelites sang upon their safe deliverance. We remind ourselves each day, twice a day, that we used to be slaves when we recite the Chamocha prayer. But why do we need to remind ourselves constantly of our servitude? By reciting the Chamocha twice daily, we are reminding ourselves of a few things. 1, that we were connected to God in a relationship that is historic. 2, that God redeemed us from slavery. And 3, that if we needed assistance to be liberated from bondage, then we are obligated to help those who are not yet free as well. Chamocha then is our call to action. Modern Jewish philosopher Abraham Joshua Heschel took this obligation very seriously. In one of his important works, he wrote, "Freedom means more than mere emancipation. It is primarily freedom of conscience bound up with inner allegiance. The glory of a free society lies not only in the consciousness of my right to be free and my capacity to be free, but also in the realization of my fellow man's right to be free and his capacity to be free." Heschel was not just a man of thought or of words, but also a man of deed. He marched with the Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King in Selma and fought tirelessly against racism, bigotry, hatred, and intolerance. He provides an important reminder in his teachings that liberation consciousness is a part of our Jewish DNA. It's part of Jewish memory. Martin Luther King Jr. taught injustice everywhere is a threat to justice everywhere. We are caught in an inescapable network of mutuality, tied in a single garment of destiny. Whatever affects one directly affects all indirectly. Dr. King's words go hand in hand with what we learn from our own Jewish tradition, like in Pirkei Avot, which states, in a place where there is no humanity, strive to be human, as well as in Deuteronomy, which states, tzedek, tzedek, tirdaf, justice, justice, you shall pursue. Elie Wiesel wrote, "True, we are often too weak to stop injustices, but the least we can do is protest against them. True, we are powerless against death, but as long as we help one man, one woman, one child live 1 hour longer in safety and dignity, we affirm a human's right to live." As we recite Chamocha today, reflect on how we can continue our fight for justice and remember that no one is truly free until we are all free.
There are 2 questions which every person must answer during the days of awe. They are not only the 2 most fundamental questions in the Bible, but the 2 most basic questions in life. Prayer and self-reflection are the tools we use to answer them during these holy days. The first question is, Ayeha, where are you? The second question is, Ayeha, where are your brothers and sisters? God was the first one to ask these questions. As Adam and Eve hid in the Garden of Eden, having disobeyed God's command not to eat of the tree of knowledge, God said, Ayeha, where are you? Surely God knew where they were. When the Eternal One asked, where are you? God was really challenging the first human beings. What have you done? What are you becoming? How have you used the gifts I have given you? Sitting in prayer, we ask, where are we? How did we get here? What purpose does our life serve? God asked Cain in the second question, where is Abel your brother? In a fit of jealous rage, Cain struck and killed his brother. When now God asked him, where is your brother? God had no need for directions. God knew what had happened. God wanted to know, what have you done to Abel? Have you taken responsibility for your fellow? Are you so filled with rage that you have forgotten to care about others? These are the 2 questions God asks us. These are the questions that we must ask ourselves. Let us listen to God's questions and ask how they might resonate through our lives.
Adonai sifatai tivtachu fi yagid tehilatecha. Adonai, open up my lips that my mouth may declare your praise. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu ve'Elohei avotenu v'imotenu, Elohei Avraham, Elohei Yitzhak, ve'Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachael, ve'Elohei Leah. Ha'el Hagadol, Hagibor v'Hanorah, El Elyon, Gomel Chasadim Tovim, V'Konei Hakol, V'Zoher Hasdei Avot V'Imot, Umevi Geula Livnei V'Nehem, Liman Shemo Be'ahava, Melech Hozer U'Moshiach U'Magen, Baruch atah Adonai, Magen Avraham V'Ezrat Sarah. Atah Gibor Leolam Adonai, Mechayeh Hakol Atah Rav Leoshia, Morid Hatal, Mechalkel Haim Bechesed, Mechayeh Hakol Berachamim Rabim, Somech Noflim Verofeh Holim, Umatir Asurim, Umekayem Emunato, Lishenei Afar, Mi Chamocha Bal Gevurot, Umido Melach, Melech Memit, Umechayeh, Umatzmiach Yeshua, B'nei Manata L'Hayot HaKol, Baruch atah Adonai, Mechayeh HaKol.
On Rosh Hashanah it is written, on Yom Kippur it is sealed, that this year people will live and die, some more gently than others, and nothing lives forever. But amidst overwhelming forces of nature and humankind, we still write our own book of life, and our actions are the words in it, and the stages of our lives are the chapters, and nothing goes unrecorded ever. Every deed counts. Everything you do matters. And we never know what act or word will leave an impression or tip the scale. So, if not now, then when? For the things we can change, there is teshuvah, realignment. For the things we cannot change, there is tefillah, prayer. And for the help we can give, there is tzedakah, justice. Together, let us write a beautiful book of life for the Holy One to read.
Nikadesh et shimcha ba'olam, Yishem shematishim o tov yishmei maron, kakatuv al-yad nevi'echa, v'kara zeh el zeh ve'amar, Kadosh, 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 Adonai Tzevaot, Elo haaretz, kevodo, Adir, Adirenu, Adonai, Adonai, Besimchatcha Eloheinu Mipinu lo yamush leolam vaed. Baruch atah Adonai Ha'el HaKadosh.
The Birthday of the World by Marge Piercy. On the birthday of the world, I begin to contemplate what I have done and left undone, but this year not so much rebuilding of my perennially damaged psyche, shoring up eroding friendships, digging out stumps of old resentments that refuse to rot on their own. No, this year I want to call myself to task for what I have done and not done for peace. How much have I dared in opposition? How much have I put on the line for freedom, for mine and others? As these freedoms are pared, sliced, and diced, where have I spoken out? Who have I tried to move? In this holy season, I stand self-convicted of sloth in a time when lies choke the mind and rhetoric bends reason to slithering, choking pythons. Here I stand before the gates opening, the fire dazzling my eyes, and as I approach what judges me, I judge myself. Give me weapons of minute destruction. Let my words turn into sparks.
Oseh Shalom bimromav, Uyaseh Shalom Aleinu, Ve'al Kol Yisrael, Vimru Amen. Yaseh Shalom, Shalom Aleinu, Ve'al Kol Yisrael, Yaseh Shalom, Shalom Aleinu v'yal kol Yisrael.
Thank you for letting me give a prayer for the state of Israel. Our sovereign in heaven, rock and redeemer of the people Israel, bless the state of Israel and our hope of redemption. Shield it with your love, spread over it the shelter of your peace, guide its leaders and advisors with your light and with your truth. Help them with your good counsel. Strengthen the hands of those who defend our holy land. Defend them. Crown their efforts with triumph. Bless the land with peace and its inhabitants with lasting joy. And let us say, Amen.
עלינו לשבח לאדון הכל, לתת גדולה ליוצר בראשית, שלא עשנו כגויי הרצות, ולא שמנו כמשפחות האדמה, שלא שם חלקנו כהם, וגורלנו ככל המונם, ואנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים, הקדוש ברוך הוא, שהוא נוטה שמיים ויוסד הארץ, ומושב יקרו בשמיים ממעל, ושכינתו זו בגבהי מרומים, הוא אלוהינו הינוד, אמת מלכנו לפסולתו, ככתוב בתורתו, ודעת היום בהשבותה אל לבבך, כי אדוני הוא האלוהים בשמיים ממעל, ועל הארץ מתחת עינוד. ונאמר בחיי אדוני למלך על כל הארץ, ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד, ושמו אחד.
One of the things that I love about Judaism is that nobody mourns alone. No matter what you are going through, no matter whether you're celebrating or mourning, you are with a community that supports you and loves you. The Mourner's Kaddish is a communication of that support and a communication of the celebration of life, even in mourning. So, if you are mourning someone, if you would like to say their name out loud, to hold it in your hearts, and to speak their name out into the world, please do so. And we'll go ahead and say the Mourner's Kaddish. Ikadal v'yikadash shmei Rabbah, v'yalmad divrach hiroteh v'yalmich mahuteh, v'chayehon u'v'yomechon u'v'chaye dechol beit Yisrael, ba'alkala u'izman kariv v'yimru amen. Yehesh shmei Rabbah mevrach le'olam omei al-maya, yibarach v'yishtabach v'yiba'ar v'yitramam v'yitnaseh, v'yitadar v'yitaleh v'yitalal shmei Kedushah brehu. Le'ela min kol berchata v'shirata, tushrachata v'nechamata damiran b'alma v'yimru amen. Yehi Shama Rabba min Shemaya, v'chaim Aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael, v'yimru amen. Oseh Shalom b'mermav, uya aseh Shalom, Aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael, ve'al kol Yeshvei Tevel, v'yimru amen.